We are back live on A Penny for Your Thoughts.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about a bunch of shit, bunch of incredible shit. You know what I'm saying? I have an incredible artist here, incredible multimedia artist that does everything. You know what I'm saying? Literally does everything.
I can't draw.
I can draw. I can draw my ass off.
I can't draw for shit.
Really?
No.
But you can make beats though, right?
Yeah.
I can't make beats.
Yeah. I can literally do everything else besides draw.
Bro, I've had people that make beats because I tried. They're like, bro.
Like I can do like 3D modeling. I can do fucking.
That shit crazy, bro.
I can do everything, but I can't draw.
So throughout all of your years of doing shows, dealing with venues, dealing with owners of venues, dealing with promoters, at some point during the process of all this, you actually have your own venue.
Something like that.
It's actually like a multimedia venue that has a lot of different things that you can do in that venue.
Yes.
So give us a breakdown of it's called Star Camp. So give us a breakdown of Star Camp.
It's called Star Camp Creative Labs, and how I like to describe it to people is that it's a studio that happens to have a stage in it that people rent out for events and shows. It's not an event show, but we do a lot of events there for sure. And we kind of blew up in those regards. We're booked out a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing. You are booked out, and there's a lot of shows that happen there. It's a great space. It's a great area for performance. So yeah, it's a great space, bro.
Yeah. So Star Camp kind of fell into my lap after a series of random events. I'm not going to go into details. We don't got time for it, but I acquired Star Camp and I took it over and essentially, like, at least the building, anyways. And I essentially turned it into this multimedia studio. We're trying to do podcasts out of there. There's a classroom area / VIP area for shows. We have a lounge area with video games. We also have a nonprofit that we run called Soul Revival Inc. that I'm the director of. And we have a food pantry in there that we get food from St. Mary's. So we're always feeding the homeless, helping people out. And then we're always trying to be there for the artists. Like my vision was to turn it into the ultimate DIY space where people like you can come in here and create whatever you wanted to make, whether it was podcast, rap video, make your own show.
So you could literally come through, record your album. You can go promote it if you have a podcast. And then you can have the release party all in the same building.
Yeah, the idea, and this is basically what I do for a living. So
that's some real shit. If you think about it, that's some dope shit. You can do the whole thing.
When it comes to Starstruck Multimedia, we were a record label, but most of our money is actually made via production and making shit for people. Yeah. So that would be like doing graphic design for somebody or TikTok videos or whatever. Yeah. We're a multimedia production company.
Absolutely.
Right? And so Star Camp is an extension of that, where people can come to this space and get shit done. Yeah. So you can go from idea all the way to the release.
All the way to the release, yeah. That's dope.
So
the whole thing.
You can get, if you come in and say, hey, I don't know, man, I'm just trying to be a rapper. I mean, I would charge you a lot, but I would sit down with you.
We will make you a rapper.
Yeah, I'll sit down
Have a
with
seat.
you.
We'll start in this room and we'll make it all the way to the stage.
But what it all comes down to, and this is what we talked about before, it's your story.
Yeah.
It's figuring out the best way to tell that story.
So let me ask you a question. I have a good question for you. So let's say, because you, like I said, you have a lot of resources. You have access to a lot of shit that you can do, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you found a kid, young guy, incredibly talented. He doesn't have any resources. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much you're his resource. You know what I'm saying? I always thought to myself, like, if I was in your situation and I found the most fierce youngin that I ever met in my life, I would fucking dog.
Well, I mean, I kind of did that. I mean, there's Joey.
Joey's dope. Joey's very dope.
Voodoo Eyes. He's I call him my protege.
Bro, he's an underrated artist, bro. Yeah. Like, he makes some pretty dope music. Like, his music is pretty dope.
He came under my wing like around the time of the Bond.
I'll tell you one thing about Joey, about his music one time, because like one of his songs I think was on my playlist, like on Spotify, some shit, right? And I was in the car with a bunch of chicks, like 6 chicks, and the chicks like his music. You know what I'm saying? They like his music. They're like, yo, what is this? I'm like, yo, this is my boy right here. You know what I'm saying? I should have took a video of that shit and sent it to him. That's what I should have did, because it was like 6 batch. It's just me in my car. You know what I'm saying? I should have been like, yo, this your motherfucking song right here, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they like his shit.
And so he's learned a lot from me. And I've worked with a bunch of artists who didn't have a lot and came to me hoping to get more, and I give them what I had. I don't have a lot either, so but the thing about it, once again, I'm resourceful. I know
you got to be
people.
resourceful, bro. You a hustler. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a very good middleman.
Yeah,
I'm very good at connecting people.
Yeah.
And I'm very good at, if you let me, being on top of you about being the best version of yourself. And this is not a shot to anybody who sees the shit, but that's part of the reason why like there's a lot of separation between me and a lot of other artists is because if I'm working with you,
you have a higher expectation.
I don't work with you as you are. I work with the potential of you.
Yeah.
And a lot of motherfuckers
They don't
like
understand their
that shit.
potential. Well, a lot of people don't understand their potential because it puts them in an uncomfortable situation.
Exactly.
And, people,
and that's the only way you can grow.
Yeah, people like to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you never grow.
And I'm not fair about that. And that's like probably like one of my biggest flaws is the fact that like if I see you and I'm like, yo, I think that you're like gonna be fucking amazing. I'm gonna do what I can to extract that out of you, like a fucking sorcerer.
See, but a lot of people aren't even like a lot of people, especially artists. They don't think that way. They think very selfishly. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, most artists, that's their mindset is like how they can specific. They look at other people as competition in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good viewpoint to have. That's a good viewpoint to have.
I think that I've always been a child of the community in the sense that like I've always been raised by like a community of women.
Yeah.
My dad died at an early age.
Okay.
But like I've always had a strong group of friends that I've came up
Yeah,
with.
you came up
To
in
me,
a
I've
village.
always, but the thing is that, and this sounds weird, but I flourish the most when I'm by myself because and this sounds maybe egotistical. I don't care, but when you're trying to fly, you're carrying a bunch of people with you. You're gonna go slower, right?
That's true.
But when you clip the wings, you fucking just soar, right?
Yeah.
But the problem with soaring is that when you're going too fast, you might miss some shit.
That's true too. That's some real shit. Yeah.
So
that's
that's like kind of what I'm learning. Is like how I'm trying to slow down if I'm going by myself.
Yeah.
I could take a couple people with me, maybe if you're light. If you want to do a couple flaps yourself, you know what I'm saying? But like,
bro, you gotta participate.
but
I'm
not even that on that level. Like people think that there's a perception of me at this point where people think that I'm rich as fuck because I made a couple movies or I'm working on movies and I own my own place. And that's a fair take. If people saw me from outside perception, if I saw me, I'd be like, you own a studio and you fucking just put out movies and you're doing all this shit and people keep saying your name. You must be rich and famous. I'm not. I'm broke and I'm fucking out here just making it work off of passion. You know
I feel you, man. People get misconceptions about a lot of shit. And I'm like, bro,
absolutely.
I don't even know what the fucking half. Shit,
but the thing about it is, it's not because like I'm making money for sure, but the money goes right back into my passion. It goes into my family and it goes into my passion.
Yeah.
And some weed. I'll be buying weed.
I feel you.
But
now, let me ask you a question. So, as someone who has a family, you have a wife and you have kids. You know what I'm saying? So, like, do you have to schedule everything specifically? Like, I know for me, kind of like I'm like, okay, Monday is the day I'm going to write. Tuesday I'm going to edit this, because otherwise I'll be scatterbrained. Do you have to like really schedule your days or your weeks? Just
I probably should.
Having kids, or do you just try to do everything at once?
I probably should be better at that. And if my wife was watching this, she would probably be laughing right now. But the one thing that's most important with me is my son. So I share my son with his mom halftime. And I make sure that no matter what, I'm always picking him up at the bus stop at this point every Tuesday.
Your son and my son share the same name.
Yes. And they have the same birthday.
August 8th?
Yes.
That's some wild shit, bro.
Yeah.
My son an old ass man. He about to be 23, bro.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, oh, that's crazy, bro. That's some wild shit. Yeah. I didn't know it was the same day. That's
because every time I see you post on your thing, I'm like, oh shit, it's my son's birthday.
Yeah, Josiah.
Yeah, same birthday and same, obviously not the same age. But
they probably both act like big bullet heads too. My son he a bullet head sometimes. I'm like, bro.
I'm not gonna trash my son.
No, my son is a great young man.
Yeah.
He's a great dad. Let me tell you something. My son is actually the #1 game streamer on Twitch for Rainbow Six.
Really?
He gets all his money off of online.
That's dope.
It's crazy, bro.
That's like
I'm gonna show you, bro. I'm gonna show you. He's a professional game streamer, yo. That's what he does. Like, it's crazy. Mega Ran was on there. He's like, bro, do you know your son does? I'm like, yeah, I know. He just got sponsored by Marvel and HelloFresh. They advertise on this shit. It's crazy.
That's dope.
It's crazy. I can't believe he's doing this shit.
That's like my son's dream.
But that's what he wants to do.
A professional gamer.
And he's feeding his family off of it. And he ain't on no street shit. And I love it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's safe.
That's
right?
that's how you eat nowadays. A lot of people, when we were imagine if we could eat like that growing up when we were kids. Bro, I probably wouldn't do half the shit I did. You know what I'm saying?
That's the dream, man. That's the dream. But
that's the dream. You know what I'm saying?
It's complicated.
Shout out to the Josiah squad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like I was saying, so you just don't really you prefer to schedule the shit, but you don't really be.
I mean, I try, but like what I was saying is that the most important thing is that I'm at the bus stop at 3:30 every Tuesday and Thursday and Friday to pick up my son. Everything else is kind of built around that.
Around that?
You know what I'm saying?
That's a schedule then.
But
yeah,
it's
that's
a schedule.
Yeah.
And then every Wednesday I run my food pantry from Star Camp.
Okay.
But otherwise it's pretty loose because most of the time I'm editing and I'm shooting content.
Yes.
So that's based off my clients.
So like when I have shit going on, like if I'm editing this show, like I have to schedule shit, bro, because I have ADHD. And if I don't say Mondays I do this, Tuesdays if I go off that schedule, I feel like the whole week is fucked up.
Yeah.
That's just how I know myself. You know what I'm saying?
It's very easy for me to get off track, but like I think for me as I get older, once again the time thing, I'm trying to afford myself as much time as possible.
Yeah.
Just to have time. Like when I say
it's the most precious shit, bro.
What I mean by that is like not feeling pressured by anything.
Yeah, it's the most
like
precious
being able
shit,
to
bro.
move loosely, and mostly that comes to financialness, right? To having enough money to move around. Because if you have enough money to move around, you can do whatever you want. But if you have to work a 9 to 5 or like go get some money, then you're not focused on the shit that you want to do. Unless the shit you want to do is making money. So that's what I'm trying to do is make the shit that I want to do monetized. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
When it comes to my art, when it comes to like whatever I do, I got to make money off of that shit.
So, which is my segue to the next thing I want to talk about. So,
sure.
outside of Star Camp and everything else you got going, the first thing and foremost is you are a musician. You make music. So you have some new music coming out.
New album dropping soon. This Friday, actually.
Friday.
It's called Under Umbras. And it's a long time in the making. I've been working on this album for a minute. As I was saying, I went through a very rough year last year. Part of that roughness was not getting this album out earlier. Okay. It was originally called Zenith.
So is there anything like specific? Is this a topic type album, or is it random songs? Like what's the synopsis of the album?
So the best way to describe it is that so there's a couple reasons why I call it Under Umbras. You know what an umbra is?
I do not.
So umbra is actually a shade. Like shadow. That's the simple name for it.
Heard the name, I just didn't know the exact meaning.
I announced the album the day of the eclipse because, you know, when the shadow of the eclipse comes in, that's called the umbra.
The umbra. Okay,
right.
gotcha.
So, but it also means
learn
shade.
something new.
There's some shady motherfuckers out there. It's a dark album. And when I say dark, I mean that it's aggressive.
Okay.
But then when I started doing research on this album, because every album that I do, I always dive in deep into the concept and do like a lot of research. So Umbras is actually also the name of, or another name for what is known as a shade, which is a type of demon, which is
shade. I know what a shade is.
Like a lost soul, essentially. Yeah. And so I ended up finding the book of Odysseus.
So it's some deep shit.
Yeah, Odysseus' Journey.
Shit. Okay.
Homer's Odyssey. Book 11 of Homer's Odyssey.
Okay.
He goes into the underworld, and he has to go through the underworld to get to the other side. Yeah. And during that journey, he runs into a bunch of shades, a bunch of umbras. And that includes like his homies, a couple of his enemies, his mom that he didn't even know was dead because he was gone so long. He sees his mom and realized that was the first time she died. But these people help guide him through the underworld so he can get to the other side. Now, last year, I lost a lot of people. Also, full transparency, lost a child last year, too. My wife was pregnant last year.
Sorry to hear that, man.
A child. She was 6 months pregnant.
Damn.
I lost Cousin It, one of my closest rap buddies in this rap shit. I've been doing shit with him for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I lost a couple of family members. Just a lot of loss, right? And so with all this loss that I had going on with me, it was a matter of thinking about those shades, those umbras that are guiding me to the other side.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of deepness. And so for me, music is always the ultimate salvation, the ultimate solace. I have to always make music. And last year I wasn't able to create. If I'm not creating, then I'm dying.
Bro, like Andre said, I can't afford not to record, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just going to always record. It's real shit.
That was the biggest struggle with Star Camp, and then like losing just all these people and all these things happening to me, was that I was not being able to have the time to create.
To actually create, yeah.
But then all of a sudden a bunch of time happened, and I'm like, well, I got to finish this album. I got to finish this movie because that's what makes me me. That's like
and the worst shit is if you try to force something. Like if you're not in the mental capacity to like try to record or something like that, it's like you just can't, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the worst shit. Yeah. So tell us about a little bit more. So who did you make all the beat? Who did all the production on here?
So yeah, this is a typical Jaron Ikner project. So it's 100% produced by me.
It's 100% produced by you.
Yeah.
Nobody got beats on this shit.
No beats. There are features. I got Mega Ran, Torrey Masters, Dobby Fresh, the Fonz Related Project, Joseph Bills, Voodoo Eyes is on there.
So you got
Adam Ramey from Dropout King.
Bro, everybody you mentioned, I think has been on this show. just about. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up.
It's a solid album. It's probably my favorite album personally. I think that's what everybody says when they drop a new album.
I know.
Yeah, you know.
But it's true though. I mean,
if
you feel that way, you feel that way. You know what I'm saying? I know it's cliche to say that, like, yo, this is the best shit. But I mean, if you fucking feel like it, that's what you feel like.
I'm surprised because I think when it comes to like my previous releases, I'm always like trying to push the threshold of being experimental and being like, oh, like my last full album was basically a pop album.
That was gonna be my next question. Like what kind of visuals are you like? Do you got some visuals coming out? Like I know you got something for this
bro,
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Don't, man. And that's like
really
that's like the biggest surprise about this because like. Just because
really?
I'm in recovery mode, like I said, like I'm just getting back into shit.
Gotcha.
I just made a post right before I came to the show about asking about a show in Tucson for my release party.
Okay.
My album drops in a week, bro. Like I'm just going off, but at the same time,
just put that shit out.
But at the same time, though, like I've sold more copies than ever on this album. Like we're in charting range right now.
Yeah.
We're charting on iTunes right now.
Yeah.
The feedback on this album's been better than ever. Like the show that we did on Saturday, like it's different. It just hits different because I'm approaching it way different than I ever had before.
So we basically don't know if we getting visuals, baby, for this shit.
There are visuals. I will say that.
Okay.
I shot videos.
Are you doing like a release party or anything like that?
We did a listening party this past Saturday, and that video is actually up on Star Trek TV.
Okay.
It's literally me painting live while the album plays in the background, and we had a couple of guests play like Ambition. And, a couple other people rocked the show too.
So when is this coming out? On Friday?
Friday.
So
my birthday's Thursday.
Okay.
So it's gonna drop at 9 p.m. on Thursday.
Do you have any shows coming up specifically, like regarding
I'm
the
trying to
album?
book the show in Tucson. I think Ox, Big Bird Ox, just hit me up in the thread right now saying that he's gonna try and book me in Tucson. So I might be doing it there.
Okay, that's what's up.
But otherwise, no shows, man. Like it's like I said, it's weird because usually you see my rollouts, bro. Like usually, like you're tight. I got like the shows.
Yeah,
like,
you got the shows, you got visuals, you got the part 2 for the visuals. I got another story for this one.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for the whole package. You know what I'm saying? The whole rollout.
We're not
but
doing
you like
any
fuck
of
it. You like,
and I think that's because like that's part of it, right? Because people are like they expect something from me, and I always want to do the unexpected. So for me, when I finished the album and it was done, I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking put this shit out, bro. Like I'm gonna let the people kind of dictate like how this is gonna go. Like even when I was sending out previews of the album, people told me like, "Yo, We Never Left. That's the song."
Yeah.
Bet that's the next single. I shot a video for We Never Left at Star Camp. So I have visuals for it, but I also know that if I really wanted to level up, I would probably go get like Edwin Herrera.
Yeah, somebody,
or someone just like one of the hottest shooters out and shoot it. But
man.
You know how it works. So you don't know. We don't know. I don't know. And it's kind of exhilarating a little bit because like I think that's like relinquishing control a little bit. Like I said, I'm about to be 40 years old, man, and to me it's like it's one of those things where like it sounds cliche as rappers, but I didn't think I was gonna make it this far, right?
Bro, let me tell you.
But
when I turned 40, right? Mm-hmm. No, actually, I had turned 43. I went on tour. You know what I'm saying? On a whole fucking tour. You know what I'm saying? I put out an album about anime, and I went on fucking tour when I was 43. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no rate, bro. This is what we do.
And that's exactly what it feels like.
So you know, some people be like, this shit is a fake. Like, at some point, you just are what you are. You know what I'm saying? You just what you are. You just have to accept what you do, and you just run with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, that's real shit, man.
And when it comes to the album's tone, just to answer your initial question, like, previous albums, I'm singing and doing all kinds of weird shit with beats. This is just me just straight rapping.
It's just bars?
Just rapping.
You're just spitting?
I think I sing on one hook.
That's what's up, man.
I'm just rapping.
I'm about to play that shit on the show, bro, because I like... in this show, we do a lot of bars, yo. Because on A Penny for Your Thoughts, we on some real hip-hop shit, so we going to play that shit, bro.
And I think a lot of it is because I think that's what a lot of the naysayers and people that doubt me are wanting from me. Because they have heard my other shit, and like, oh, you always sing on some bullshit. And it's like, bro, I can out-rap a lot of y'all when it comes down to it. So
that's
let
all I
me
be
do that real
wanting to
quick.
hear is bars.
I'm just gonna rap on you niggas real quick.
That's all I be wanting to hear.
Back to business. Because live is for me is to prove to myself too. Like I said, at 40 years old, owning my own studio, father, wife.
You know what's crazy? Like how we're saying like we're in our 40s and we're still doing this shit. We're at a point in hip hop where we've never had artists over 50. Like we've never had that before because there was never artists that were that old.
Yeah, man.
And this is the first time we have artists that rap that like Nas is in his 50s, and this is his first time winning a Grammy just recently. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's crazy because it's such a young genre. So if you got people that are in their 50s now, it's like you have different generations of people that listen to hip hop. So it's not going to be the same, to be honest, because somebody that's 20 is probably not going to listen to something that somebody that's 45 is going to listen to.
Yeah, and that's part of it.
Which is fine.
I think when it comes to what I want to do is finding music or make music for people like me. That's just like 40-year-old black men who are just trying to figure this shit the fuck out, man. You know how hard
there's a lot of 40-year-old black men trying to figure it out.
That's it, man. And it sounds so like, I don't want to sound like cliche, but it's like there's so many motherfuckers like me who just don't know what to do with their lives, and they might have like some talent, or they might have like something that they want to pursue, and they're not doing it for whatever reason. I'm doing it. Like that's what makes me special, is that I'm gonna do it.
You have to be an inspiration.
Somehow, some way, if you heard my whole story about my entire life, somehow, some way, despite everything I've fucking been through, I'm still doing it. Why? Because God wants me to do it.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's kind of scary.
But see, that goes to the part where you see how you're like, I give back and all this stuff. But that's also part of, you know, exactly what you're doing, and that's why you can't give back like that, because it's not something that you're pursuing. You're just doing what you are. You're being who you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I be trying to tell, like, and not to knock anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference when you have somebody here who's just a rapper, this rap, versus somebody who's really an artist. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different. I feel like sometimes the language is even different. Like when I'm on the show talking to people, because it's like, it's a level like. When I talk to rappers, sometimes it's funny because like when the camera's off and when I be talking to them, bro, they just be regular talking. Like,
the personality switches.
I turn the camera on. Yo, son, you know what I'm saying? You, I'm like, bro, you ain't gotta do all that shit. Just be you. It's funnier when it's just you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dog.
But that's the reason why fucking hip hop is so fucked up right now. Because
so fucked up.
It's not even just hip hop; it's society. Yeah, because we have our phones. Like, I'm going live right now, right?
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, this is part of the reason why I changed my name to my real name. Because before I was going by Black One.
Yeah.
And what I realized on my social media, I was creating an image around Black One, and Black One was not Jaron.
So Jaron is you. You just you.
Yeah. Now I'm just Jaron. You're gonna get whoever the fuck you get. What you see on Facebook is what you get in real life. My posts that you see are the same way I talk in real life. There's no separation between that.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to think that. Yeah. So I'm going by my real name now. And plus, my real name is like one of the rarest names in the fucking world. There's not another Jaron Ikner in the world. Period. So you can Google that shit. You ain't gonna find nobody else.
There really isn't, bro. You just sometimes when you got a unique name, you just got to run with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you know it's funny because I have Poker Face here, right? His name is Alafia.
Yeah.
And I always told him, I was like, bro, you should just go by your name, Alafia. I don't even know nobody named Alafia. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, everybody tells me that. I'm like, nigga, do that shit,
do
then,
it,
bro.
yeah.
Fuck, you know what I'm saying? But yeah,
that's part of it though. Like your mom gave you that name for a reason. I don't say they.
Yeah, you unique, yo. You unique. So that's some ill shit, bro. Yo, I appreciate you coming to the show.
Yes.
But yo, so you got this album coming out. Where can everybody find your shit?
So
where can they get you at?
What I want to happen is everybody to go pre-order the album either on iTunes or my website at underumbras.com. That's UNDERUMBRAS.
You got a whole website for the album.
Yeah, you can buy actually all my albums on vinyl on that website. It took me fucking 2 months to put this shit together, but I have this whole website for underumbras.com that has merchandise, vinyl, all my shit on digital. And basically that's going to be my store moving forward when I drop projects, and this is my first time doing it. So you can get the album on vinyl. You can get fucking t-shirts, all kind of cool stuff, underumbras.com. If everybody gets it this week, in the next week, there's a chance it might chart. So that's what I'm trying to go for. So
let's make it
if
happen.
you want to have me chart on the fucking northwestern fucking southeast corner chart at number 3, let's do it.
Let's do that shit, bro. But like I said, bro, thank you for coming through. I always love having incredible artists on the show, especially people when, like I said, that have been in the trenches, that can also give some advice as to, you know, what the fuck is going on and how we function in this fucking culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I appreciate that a whole bunch. Like I said, yo, every fucking Monday, IKON Radio, a penny for your thoughts. Tap in with me next week. I have another special guest. I'm not going to tell you who it is yet. So y'all tap in with me this week, and we'll get into all that. So yeah, IKON Radio.